First at 4, the Breathitt County Fiscal Court meets to discuss the sheriff's budget after all the deputies were recently laid off. And more outside help is coming for flood victims in eastern Kentucky.
And we have a warm and dry night ahead, but those nice conditions are not going to stick around long. First at 4 is next.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, last week the Breathitt County Sheriff laid off all his employees. Earlier today, the fiscal court took up his 2020 budget again. WYMT's Will Puckett has the latest from Breathitt County.
Today's special fiscal court meeting was to check over two budgets, the clerk's budget for Breathitt County and the sheriff's budget. This special called meeting was called because as of last Thursday, the sheriff had to lay off his entire department because that budget could not be agreed upon. There were some pieces in the sheriff's budget that Judge Executive Jeff Noble thought could be removed. He worries that as a result of this, some people in the county may have to be laid off.
It's going to put us in a bad situation, but you know, I'll come in tomorrow and do the best I can, work everybody as long as I can. When it comes to laying somebody off, it's a hard decision, but if I have to make it, I will.
Now, the sheriff is happy that his budget passed. He was a little nervous that it might not. He said everything in that budget is incredibly important to serve the people here in Breathitt County. Those employees who were laid off last week are expected back at work tomorrow at 8 o'clock. In Breathitt County, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
The budget passed by a 3-2 vote.
Well, we saw absolutely beautiful conditions earlier today, and we're still seeing those nice conditions even now. If you look outside at the YMT studio camera, you can see those beautiful conditions. We're still seeing that sunshine and great temperatures as well. We've had to have a few clouds start coming back into the area, though. You can see those as well on top of Buffalo Mountain, giving way to some mostly cloudy skies now. And you can see here on satellite radar, they've really kind of packed in over the past couple of hours. And we're going to continue to see this cloud cover as we head into tonight. We're even going to see it kind of increase a little bit more and become a little bit more overcast, but it has not stopped our temperatures from warming up. You can see we've reached very warm temperatures today, a lot of us in those upper 50s and even 60s. Look at that, 62 into Jackson, so definitely on the warmer side, especially for this time of year. But these are very nice temperatures, and we're going to continue to see these warm temperatures as we head into tomorrow, but then temperatures do start to cool down by the time we head into Wednesday. We start to get back to more average temperatures by then, and we really don't start to warm up again until the weekend. But other than that, we're seeing pretty great conditions temperature wise. We're going to be a little wet as we head into tomorrow, but I'll tell you more about that in just a little bit. Steve?
All right, Brooke, thank you. People in southern Kentucky are receiving help for flooding that devastated their communities. Volunteers from all across Kentucky and even out of state will be helping people clean out their homes. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more from Whitley County.
The Cumberland River is once again below flood stage, and with the river being down and the threat of flooding subsided, at least for now, the cleanup can begin here in Williamsburg and in surrounding areas. Team Rubicon and Kentucky Baptist Relief are among the volunteer groups that'll be helping dozens of homeowners who lost everything in the floods. They'll be doing what is called mud out or muck out work, removing the drywall, sheetrock, or flooring and cleaning out all the damaged areas of homes. There are 53 damaged or destroyed homes in Whitley County alone. Some people who live on Village Circle told me they lost everything they owned.
You know, soaked carpets and furniture and sheetrock, and we'll actually go in there and help them clean that out and put it to the curb to where then they can follow up with remodeling and moving back in.
And I am told that this will be a tremendous savings to many homeowners. Mud out or muck out work will typically cost between $5,000 to $20,000 if you had to hire someone to do it. All of this work will be completely free to the homeowners. In Whitley County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Kentucky Baptist Relief says most of its work will focus on Bell and Harlan counties. They plan to stick around for at least 1 week. With the water from Buckhorn Lake flooding the confluence area of Leslie County, many are trapped and the only way out is via boat. Today, officials drove around dropping off groceries to families stranded. Some do not have boats, and this is the only way they can get food. Water levels this year are high, but not historic. They travel on the river, but before they used to be able to ride boats on the roads.
Down the road, because it was about 15 feet underwater, the road was.
Crews will be out tomorrow taking food out as well. If you need help, boats are running for emergencies. A triple murder in Milwaukee, now an arrest in Memphis. You can see 25-year-old Arzell Ivory sitting in a Tennessee courtroom today where he agreed to be sent back to Wisconsin to face charges. Investigators believe he killed his ex-girlfriend and his two little girls. One of them is his own daughter. They say he then left their bodies in a garage and went on the run. Ivory found his way to Memphis, and it is believed he confessed to his dad, who turned him in. Police do not yet have a motive. A Missouri police officer is recovering after being shot multiple times last night. The 35-year-old officer was working security at a Walmart when he was hit at least 3 times. Authorities are searching for the shooter who fired at the officer after he was confronted for shoplifting. St. Louis County Police say they believe he got into a car and left the scene. The officer was wearing a bulletproof vest and is in stable condition. A bill that would ban assault or military-style weapons in Virginia failed to pass the state Senate today. Some Democrats joined with Republicans to vote HB 961 down in committee. But the Senate Judiciary Committee voted 10-5 to study the impact rather than pass it. The measure would have banned assault weapons along with silencers, high-capacity magazines, and trigger activators that are designed to make weapons fire more rapidly. The legislation also restricted the possession, sale, purchase, and transfer of assault weapons. It was passed by the House of Delegates last week before stalling in the Senate. Democratic presidential candidates are doing their best to drum up support ahead of Saturday's Nevada caucuses. The latest polls show Bernie Sanders leading in Nevada, with former Vice President Joe Biden not far behind. The field of candidates took turns taking shots at someone who's not even on the ballot in Nevada, former New York City Mayor Mike Bloomberg.
The American people are sick and tired of billionaires buying elections.
Bloomberg has also been hit by a fresh wave of opposition research generating negative headlines that could impact his support among women and African American voters. Bloomberg pushed back today, tweeting out a new ad calling for unity among Democrats to defeat President Trump in November. Japanese officials confirmed 99 more people on a quarantine cruise ship off Japan are infected with the coronavirus, bringing the total to 454. More than 300 Americans taken off the Diamond Princess arrived back on U.S. soil, including 14 who tested positive for the illness. The patients showed no signs of symptoms. Those passengers were held in isolation on the flights and will continue to be isolated. People in Perry County now have new options for meals. Several new restaurants have or are set to open soon. Fork and Table is one of them. Owner Crystal Horn has lived in Hazard her entire life. She says this gives her the advantage of knowing what her customers like.
I've missed my customers, and now that I'm back in the business and I can provide what each one of them wants, it's the best feeling in the world. I don't dread coming to work.
Fork and Table is just one restaurant in Hazard on a growing list, including Prime 606, Big Daddy's Barbecue, and North Main Diner. We have more about the new restaurants on our website at WYMT.com. Straight ahead on First at 4, a woman in Washington offering free maternity photo shoots is now accused of poisoning a mother and trying to steal her baby.
And rain returns to the mountains tomorrow, but how long will it stick around? I'll have that answer coming up.